Well, we begin the year with the toughest of all assignments. It's Manchester City away without a manager. Chelsea put out an exciting lineup with a bit of youth and experience as Chelsea in all sorts of disarray after the worst possible December. Just one win in 7 and an opportunity to try and make things right before the arrival of a new manager, and tasks don't come tougher than this one. Manchester City, who have just beaten all comers, 4 wins in 5, looking to chase down league leaders Arsenal, have an opportunity to put a real statement victory here against Chelsea. A managerless Chelsea, but nonetheless a Chelsea side capable of hitting sides when they least expect it. So Manchester City and Pep Guardiola will pay their utmost respects, but also will know that they do have the quality, the experience, and the know-how to go out there and put in a victory here. As for Chelsea, 5 changes made by Coach McFarlane here after that 2-2 draw against Bournemouth at home. That was a disappointing draw considering we were 2-1 up at the Bridge, but we couldn't close that game out. Better second half, but Enzo Maresca did not even attend his post-match press conference, pretty much packed his bags and walked away. The experience. Well, all the chatter completed here. Half the season in the bag. It is up to Chelsea to put the pressure on Liverpool, who were halted by Fulham early this game. And there's an opportunity to put a real statement here up against Manchester City, away from home. And we are off and running. Cole Palmer gets things up and running, and Chelsea have an opportunity here to shock the world. Amidst all the troubles that we have faced throughout the season, this is a chance to really put one on Manchester City here. Donnarumma put under immediate pressure here. Well, good to see Estevao, Joao Pedro, and of course Cole Palmer in the starting 11. Those are the 3 best attackers, and to see them together really does excite me. The midfield does worry me though, with Reece James and of course Enzo Fernandez. No Moises Caicedo as he picked up a yellow card against Bournemouth, which wasn't a yellow card in the 4th minute of play. That was as premature as they could have gotten. And as a result, no Andre Santos, of course no Romeo Lavia or Dario Sugo. So Reece James and Enzo Fernandez will have to play a disciplined role in midfield. With Estevao on that right hand side, I much prefer Pedro Neto on the left, because he can just whip in those quick crosses, don't have to take a second touch, go against his instinct. Malo Gusto's role is going to be very key for Chelsea. In big games, Malo Gusto really does make the difference. His ability to receive the ball in tight areas, carry the ball, he's got his real dribbling threat. No Cucurella, of course, on the side as well. With Badia Shield, Josh Achimpong and Trevor Chalobah as our back 3. It's a big call. Josh Achimpong has been knocking on Enzo Maresca's door. He's played a few games here and there, couple in the Champions League, but never could stamp his authority after Levi Colwill had that season-ending ACL injury. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone joining into the stream and wishing you all a happy new year, man. It's been a great year, and cheers to more. Manchester City seems like they are the realistic contenders for Arsenal this season. Arsenal just find a way to get the job done. I mean, they may not play the most easy on the eye football, but they get the job done. Here's Enzo Fernandez, and Chelsea win the corner here. Bernardo Silva trying to close down the Chelsea vice captain. He'll be playing a crucial role here for us, Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez, he'll be tasked in making sure the midfield does not stay awake and also provide that box crashing, that goal threat, try and score. We have to score at the Etihad Stadium. No chance that we're going to keep a clean sheet, especially with Haaland and 19 Premier League goals behind his back. Corner for Chelsea will be the skipper. Reece James delivers. Flick on header. Oh, it's punched away. It's Estevao Willian, but it's a foul on Donnarumma. Well, Joao Pedro putting all the pressure on the Manchester City goalkeeper. There's Enzo Fernandez and Joao Pedro. The South American sandwich there on the big goalkeeper, but good pressure this from Chelsea. Make sure that Manchester City do not have a comfortable time on the ball. There will be moments where we have to suffer without the ball. The mix in the three, Achimpong, Chalobah and Badiashile, they do have the attributes. Can they be switched on? All Haaland needs is a chance. He can have the most of anonymous games, but he just gets into the game immediately. Here's Bernardo Silva. Josko Guardiola, he was rested against Sunderland. But Rodri back in the starting 11 for Manchester City, and Pep Guardiola has a massive boost. Good pressure there from Pedro Neto. Chelsea win the ball high up the pitch. Reece James has to protect. Oh, lovely back heel there. Pedro Neto decides to be conservative with the ball. Badiashile miscontrol, but Chelsea have possession of the ball. Philip Jorgensen in goal makes me very, very nervous. No Rob Sanchez. I'm not sure why, because he's been our number one goalkeeper and he's made improvements in leaps and bounds this season. He's been challenging David Raya for the Golden Glove. He's not in the squad completely, so it's got to be some sort of an injury that he's picked up. Here's Mateus Nunes. He's really settled in as that right back for Manchester City, right? Such a lovely player. Functional, he's got a great engine. He's the only one who can really provide that width on that right hand side. Bernardo Silva, clever pass for Tijani Reinders. Surely a handball. Referee waves play on. Bernardo Silva on the right hand side. The referee with a belated whistle will take it. 5 minutes on the clock. Still 0-0. Rain's starting to pour down at the Etihad Stadium. Yep, Tijani Reinders clearly using his arm to control the ball. Good pressure there from Pedro Neto. Chelsea win the ball high. Chelsea have to make sure that don't do anything foolish on the ball. Don't give it away in critical moments here. Cole Palmer's operating on that right hand side half space. You know that Palmer has caused Manchester City a lot of problems in the past in that position. Jorgensen has taken a bit of a risk. Chelsea, Reece James puts in a crunching challenge on Ryan Cherki. Ryan Cherki top of the assist list with 7 and with a couple of goals for the man from Lyon. 30 million euros, what a snip for Ryan Cherki. Pep Guardiola gets a real technician as one of his number 10s. That's excellent bit of recruitment, and alongside Phil Foden, who's now getting amongst the goals now. 7 league goals for the Englishman, especially with the World Cup here. A lot of talk that he might lose his spot. Here's Ryan Cherki up against Malo Gusto. Seems that Gusto will be playing as that left back, then inverting from that left back position. Here's Guardiola, ball into the box, but easily into the hands of Philip Jorgensen. Josh Achimpong, risky. Cole Palmer cannot lose the ball there. Here's Rodri. They play their quick rondo style and get away from pressure. Lovely play. Again, Cole Palmer has to take better care of the ball. Has come back from injury. It's been a month now that Cole Palmer has been back, but his minutes have still been managed very carefully. He's yet to complete 90 minutes. Wait and see. There's no rush really. We have to take the bigger picture and not just focus on the 90 minutes here. Nico O'Reilly on the left hand side just lumps the ball in the box. Well, Erling Haaland having his first touch in the match so far. Enzo Fernandez does very well. Pedro Neto in a battle but loses out to his Portuguese compatriot in Mateus Nunes. Here's Rodri, line breaker to Phil Foden. Here's Ruben Diaz. Josko Guardiola, Phil Foden between the lines. Manchester City popping it nicely, but Philip Jorgensen quickly to the pass. Chelsea defensively, pretty good so far. Want to test Gianluigi Donnarumma at some point. That's a very good pass there to Estevao. Joao Pedro, he's played an expansive pass onto the right-hand side, but Cole Palmer's unfortunately offside. That is clever play there from our three best attackers. Estevao, Joao Pedro, and then Cole Palmer. Right idea. Ball to feet as much as possible. Estevao, Cole Palmer, and Joao Pedro can manipulate that ball really well. Use Pedro Neto as almost a decoy on that left-hand side. Let him run those channels. He works tremendously hard off the ball. On that left-hand side, we should be secure in terms of defensively with Malo Gusto as well there. Joao Pedro helps out defensively nicely, but Manchester City progress the ball forward. Tijani Reinders with a good run into the box. Here's Shirky. O'Reilly, Shirky again. Good defending. And Chelsea's defensive shape. Excellent here. Forcing Manchester City to go wide, which they do. Here's Bernardo Silva, is up against Malo Gusto. Again, Pedro Neto's there, which we expect him to be. Bernardo Silva, Chelsea hold a good line. Phil Foden, scoop pass. Brilliant defending, Malo Gusto. Well, Malo Gusto was convinced that Bernardo Silva was offside. But into the 10th minute, so far so good for Chelsea. Make sure that no any mistakes. And Pedro Neto has taken his stash off. New year, new look for Pedro Neto. Well, Manchester City dominating the ball, but it's a statistic I do not mind whatsoever. It's the shots on goal. It's the chances that Manchester City create. That is something that I'm really worried about. Brilliant from Estevao. My word. The way he manipulates in tight areas. Reece James and Cole Palmer trying to wrestle the ball back. Lovely turn there from Ryan Shirky away from Enzo Fernandez. Reece James is strong into the tackle. Ooh, that's a foul. And that's Reece's second foul. Michael Oliver is a bit lenient to the Chelsea skipper. Reece has to be careful. Enzo Fernandez has just been breezed past there by Ryan Shirky. And Reece James has to put in a challenge. Shoulder to shoulder, but it's a bit forceful there from Reece. Well, you know Reece James is always going to be full-blooded in the challenges, but skipper does well, but it's a free kick in a dangerous area. Now Ryan Shirky and Phil Foden will be the two protagonists for this free kick now. With Sanchez in goal, he's 6'6". You feel a lot more comfortable, especially with balls that are going to be whipped into the corner. Philip Jorgensen will have to show his cat-like reflexes. Make sure that Manchester City, after being stifled for the first 10 minutes, do not score from a worldie here. It would be deflating if Manchester City could break this game open with a top-notch free kick. It's Foden or Shirky. Phil Foden's left might be the preferred with the whip. It's Shirky with a clever lifted pass and very good defending. I think that's Enzo Fernandez, who makes amends for being breezed past in the previous attack. Make sure that he tracked the run. Concedes the corner instead. Good defending there from Chelsea. We'll have to take small wins and progress in this game. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of suffering, especially without the ball. When we do have the ball, we have to be mature and decisive. 12 minutes on the clock, 0-0, but Manchester City starting to just crank it up with a little bit of pressure. Corner for City. A few set pieces now for the home side. Shirky delivers with the whip, cleared away by Trevor Chalobah. Very good header there. It finds Cole Palmer. Magnificent from Trevor Chalobah. But Cole Palmer does not take care of the ball. If that's a handball, that's a yellow card, ref. Phil Foden stops a clear attack for Chelsea. Is this deliberate? That's a tough decision. Phil Foden's arm was very much tucked in. There's no way that he can actually give that as a foul. We'll take it. We'll absolutely take it. Take some of the pressure off. Keep some possession. We'll have to do this in stages. There's no other way. We cannot break the door open with brute force. Few cuts. Take the leaf out of the Pep Guardiola playbook. If you have to go long, so be it. No unnecessary risks. Philip Jorgensen, just one game we ask of you. Lovely from Malo Gusto and Reece James, but Chelsea not able to keep the ball. City are winning their duels, man. Fair play to them. Showing their physicality up against us. They're winning most of it. João Pedro is going to have a very isolated game up against Josko Guardiola and Ruben Diaz. Two outstanding defenders, really. Here's Josko Guardiola. Like his evolution in the Pep Guardiola side. Lovely pass to Rodri here. Switches it with his left foot. Water pass that is to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva drops the shoulder. Mateus Nunes with the ball in. It's to no one and nowhere really. It's a poor ball there by the Portuguese, and Estevão Willian is there in a defensive capacity, and Josh Achimpong, what a pass, and João Pedro nearly, very nearly with one of the touches of the season. That would have been Joga Bonito. Achimpong with a very confident spread. You'd love to see that. He didn't play a comfortable or a safe 5-yard pass. You can see why McFarlane's not happy with it. Maybe keep it safe, but that pass was whipped with pace, and if João Pedro brings that down, Chelsea were in business. It's a risk and reward ratio, and so far so good for Chelsea. 15 minutes on the clock. I'm sure every Arsenal fan will be cheering Chelsea on today. An opportunity to pull the gap further away. It was 4 points before kickoff here. 5 as it stands. It was 7 before kickoff. 6 as it stands. City can't drop points in back-to-back weeks if they're trying to chase down Arsenal, who have been very good in their record. Yesterday was a bit of a blip, wasn't it, in terms of conceding goals. Oh, lovely there by Malo Gusto. Great read there by the Frenchman. Can Chelsea stitch an attack here? Clever pass to Enzo Fernandez. Responsible by Enzo. Oh, great challenge there by Mateus Nunes. But better this from Chelsea. Finally having Manchester City camped in their own half. Have to try and sustain this. Malo Gusto finds Reece James. Brilliant turn there from the skipper. Good ball retention. Here's Chalobah. Has to lead the defense here for Chelsea. Achimpong and Badiashile put on an excellent performance against Liverpool in the first 45 minutes. Since then, we hardly saw them together. Here's Achimpong with a really good run on the right-hand side. Lovely carry. It's not an accurate pass, though. Cole Palmer wins the ball high up the pitch. It's Estevão Willian. Chelsea trying to be patient. Cole Palmer. Reece James on the right-hand side available. Cole nearly sneaking it to Estevão. Estevão was battling there to try and win the ball, but it's a foul. Free kick for Manchester City. Cole Palmer could have just slid that to Reece James. He was on his favoured right foot in that right-hand side channel. Was an opportunity for him to whip that in. Here's Josko Guardiola. The Croatian again. But Manchester City do have Jeremy Doku as their game breaker on the bench. Chelsea's strength and depth has been compromised. But here's Bernardo Silva on the right hand side. Malo Gusto has been flawless so far. Mateus Nunes, he's tried this pass on a couple of occasions. Chelsea have defended that very well. Nunes loses out. João Pedro nearly wins it. Chelsea somehow get it brilliant there from Enzo Fernandez. And now João Pedro on the left hand side. Brilliant there from City again. They're just winning their duels, man. The tackles have been superb from them. Rodri was just outstanding. Puts out the fire. Chelsea were just trying to build a bit of momentum. Rodri just comes in. Clatters into them. Makes a clean challenge. Well, McFarlane's going to get enough camera time today, that's for sure. Up against one of, if not the greatest manager of all time, with his expensively loaded Manchester City side. But into the 19th minute, Erling Haaland hasn't had a shot yet. I don't want to jinx it, but Chelsea have done very well to limit the supply. Here's Ryan Shirky on the right hand side now. We will see the number 10 drift. He will start as an inside position or even at the outside and then drift in. He's a constant threat. Chelsea will have to make sure that we don't allow him too much space on the ball. He can also play those clever clip passes in the channels. Oh, Guardiola loses out. Estevao does very well. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Now Pedro Neto on the left-hand side. Has to wait for a bit of company, but he can go on the outside. Pedro Neto, go on your strong foot. Puts the ball into the box. Estevao Willian. Oh, it doesn't fall. Again, it's a brilliant block. Manchester City defensively have been outstanding. They've been getting there. They've been getting there first. And getting some clean, crisp challenges in. Cole Palmer, clever. Again, has to keep it simple. With Cole Palmer, you know he's going to try everything in his lock or try and pick the lock. What a pass that was from deep. And on the left-hand side, Manchester City are in business. Haaland makes the run. Phil Foden, brilliant touch. Foden is just wide. Well, has Jorgensen gotten a touch on it? Phil Foden is convinced, but that from back to front, Manchester City, I think that is Mateus Nunes with one of the passes of the season. It breaks Chelsea open here. Phil Foden's first touch is magnificent, but he just pulls his effort wide. Look at that for a touch around Malo Gusto. Another one to just get him away from the Frenchman. Chalobah and Badiashile converge, but neither of them getting the touch. Chelsea survive. That was the first chance Manchester City created, and it came from a long pass from their own box. Well, Estevao Willian previously had the chance where the ball fell to his left foot, but he lost his balance. Doesn't get a clean connection on it. Well, half chances for both sides. City with a clearer chance. Game just starting to break open here. City again, their off the ball work has been first class, man. You just got to tip your hat to it. One attempt for both sides, but City, of course, dominant with possession. But once again, as I mentioned before at kickoff, and I will mention throughout the match, that it's a stat that I do not mind. Let City have all the ball. Ooh, Cole Palmer. Well, Josko Guardiola has had a few moments where he's just had a lapse of concentration. Something that Chelsea will need to try and explore and exploit if possible. It's been an enjoyable watch so far. Again, City trying to open up the Chelsea defense. You can see off the ball. You can see Estevao Willian also just dropping very deep. Chelsea's mid block is very compact though. A ball like that can open Chelsea up. Clever. Nico O'Reilly on the left-hand side. Very good defending from Chalobah. Enzo Fernandez clears, but not too far. It's Ryan Shirky. Excellent defending from Chelsea. What a pass that is from Reece. But again, Manchester City just keep winning their tackles. It's Josko Guardiola this time. Every time Chelsea feel like just can start an attack, just ignite something, City immediately put the fire out. Very good tackling. This time Josko Guardiola. Good defending is contagious. Achumpong has had a very good game. He's playing as the right back, but he's made a run forward as well. So he'll be tasked of making sure that Haaland doesn't peel off in that corridor. Here's Jorgensen. Malo Gusto under pressure. Pedro Neto, risky pass. Here's Badiashile. He can take care of the ball. It was his pass against Aston Villa that put us under so much problems. It was there for the equalizer. Under no pressure, he played a pass in midfield. That was picked off, and in the same attack, Aston Villa equalized. Paddy Shield takes a sore one there. It's Bernardo Silva. It's an awkward landing on the knee for the Frenchman, but he's okay. Good to see that here. Well over halfway through the first half, Chelsea have navigated the Etihad threat so far. Jorgensen is a little too cocky on the ball. He has to understand that this is a big away fixture. No nonsense. Here's Shirky. Finds Mateus Nunes. Good pass between the lines. Phil Foden, clever. He was asking an audacious touch from Bernardo Silva. That's a brilliant clearance which finds Joao Pedro. Excellent centre forward play. Surely that's a foul, ref. He does give the foul. Ruben Diaz escapes the booking, but much better there from Joao Pedro. He does take care of the ball very well. The only complaint against Joao Pedro is he doesn't release it a tad quicker. Cole Palmer has not taken care of the ball well whatsoever in the first half. He's turned the ball over multiple occasions. Brilliant turn on the left-hand side. Badiashile has to make sure that Haaland was in check. Haaland, with his first touch, bundled off the ball. Achimpong defends the far post very well. Here's Bernardo Silva. Clever pass. Manchester City operate very well in tight spaces on the left-hand side. Outstanding challenge there from Josh Achimpong. He's convinced the last touch came off Bernardo Silva. Will be a Manchester City corner, but again, not something that really do mind because in open play, Chelsea have defended very well. Josh Achimpong has been switched on. He's got long limbs. He's able to manipulate in both directions, which he'll have to do with different players that Manchester City offer on that left-hand side. 25 minutes on the clock. 0-0 at the Etihad Stadium. Corner for Manchester City. Rodri just prowling at the edge of the box. It's a long floated ball in. Rodri attacks it. Nico Riley gets his header, but it's a nothing header really. And goal kick for Chelsea. We're surviving so far. But the Chelsea players have certainly turned up. They've put on a fight. It's the bare minimum that we ask for. Just grow into the game. Frustrate Manchester City. They'll be chasing. They know the drop points here is detrimental to their title hopes. Pep Guardiola does not go 2 seasons without a trophy, without the Premier League or without the league really. Here's Malo Gusto. Badiashile. Jorgensen. Again, get rid of the ball quickly, which he does. Chalobah, Achimpong, Chelsea moving it very nicely. Cole Palmer gets the foul. Well, at least Cole Palmer gets the foul there. Hasn't been finding his teammates accurately with the passes. This will be a frustrating first half for Pep Guardiola. He'll know that Chelsea under adversity are a different proposition. It's a long ball. Chelsea should not be playing any long balls here. It's a pointless tactic. I mean, just pumping it long for Joao Pedro is not going to help. Especially with Ruben Diaz. I mean, he's strong in the air. Joao can win knockdowns, but especially when we have not had the ball for 3 or 4 minutes, just get the ball back, knock it around, get some confidence going. City with a couple of lovely passes, which opens Chelsea's defense, and it's Haaland's header. It's well wide. The last touch comes off the Chelsea defender, but Haaland, with his first sighter at goal, made that traditional centre-forward run. Brilliant football this from Manchester City. Just open up Chelsea with 2 passes in the central areas. It was Reinders' ball into the box on his left foot. Just floats it into the danger area. Looked like the last touch came off the Norwegian. This is a fortunate corner for Manchester City, but they'll take it. Now starting to get a lot more set pieces. Chelsea have defended them very well so far. Ball into the box. Good header by Chalobah. And now Cole Palmer. Please take care of the ball, Cole. Oh, he doesn't. He loses the ball. But he wins it back and he wins the foul. Okay. Cole Palmer, in an attacking sense, Not able to do much with the ball. It's been hard work for Cole. Needs to try and link up with Estevao as much as possible, because we know that Cole Palmer likes to operate on the right hand side as well. If he wants to maybe interchange with Estevao in the central areas, maybe have a go, but Cole having a tough first half. Haaland had his first sighter. Jorgensen sweeps up a wonderful pass to Malo Gusto with instantaneous control. Here's Benoit Badiashile. Again, long balls. Is it necessary? Badiashile, trust your passing more. You're an excellent passer. Drive. Find the midfielders. Reece and Enzo Fernandez need to get into the game. We've hardly seen them trying to impact the game on the ball. Reece James makes a brilliant challenge, but he loses out. Oh, that's a foul. That's certainly a yellow card for Reece James. That's his third foul. Michael Oliver is extremely lenient. Maybe it's because it's Reece James, because he's the captain. He didn't want to be malicious. The first challenge was very good. João Pedro leaves the pass short. Reece James feels that he was absolutely sold there. Oh, he's escaped a yellow card. We'll take that, but that is a yellow card all day long for the skipper. Reece gets away. Chelsea get away with that one. Late challenge on Rodri. Will not be happy with that challenge. Reece comes with force, with studs. Here's Josko Guardiola. Into the 30th minute. Manchester City had to have a pop at Jorgensen in goal. Phil Foden had the only chance, which he pulled wide. Other than that, it's been pretty good defending from Chelsea. Again, don't want to jinx it, but a bit of attacking threat before the halftime whistle would be just the cherry on top of navigating the first half. If you had told me 0-0 at halftime, I'd have absolutely snapped your arm off and said, yes, any day. Let's take that, reassess maybe. 0-0 at halftime against Manchester City, especially at Etihad Stadium, sure. Have to take this sensibly though. We cannot concede a sloppy goal. We are not able to keep the ball whatsoever here. Enzo Fernandez loses out on the challenge. Please don't foul. It's Bernardo Silva who takes the scenic route and finds an accurate pass to Ryan Cherki. It's Rodri. Clever pass. Bernardo Silva is onside. Ball into the box. Header from Phil Foden is wide. Very good play there from Manchester City, but the offside flag has been raised in the build-up to that move. Chelsea defend well, but give the ball away. Again, it's our inability to keep the ball in forward areas. Manchester City just turn the ball over. Again, if they put crosses in the box, I wouldn't be mad, because it's only Haaland. We've got Chalobah, Achimpong, and of course Benoit Badiashile. Between the three of them, one of them has to take care of Haaland in terms of an aerial duel. At least make him work for it. No free headers. Again, Chelsea's ball retention in forward areas has been a big fat 0 in the last 10 minutes. It's been a laborious watch. Nobody looking to take the ball in midfield. Show a bit of personality. I can understand this maybe being a tactic in terms of being compact, maybe even a bit negative. Take it at 0-0 at halftime, but we have to show a bit more ambition. At least feign a threat. Here's Mateus Nunes. Clever reverse here to Bernardo Silva. Doesn't have the pace, but trickery all day long. Mateus Nunes. Good drive there from the Portuguese. Finds his compatriot. Clever 1-2 here. Mateus Nunes fizzes the ball in. Good defending. It's Cherki. He loses out there. Brilliant from Enzo Fernandez. He looks up immediately for Estevao Willian, and Manchester City once again defensively absolutely brilliant. But Chelsea have shown no composure. That's the worst part. Enzo does really well, and then very poorly. Here's Cherki. Very good, Reece. Thankfully. Good interception, and finally Chelsea showing a bit of composure, but again forced to probably go long. Again, Manchester City's off the ball work, first class, credit where credit is due. They're suffocating Chelsea. Reece wins another duel. Oh, he goes crunching into Haaland. Haaland pulls out. Reece James taking no prisoners in that challenge. Here's Achimpong. Gives the ball away. Poor there from Josh. City keep it very nicely. Here's Ruben Diaz. Mateus Nunes. Bernardo Silva. We look to go on the outside. It's clever. It's short passes. Ruben Diaz. Chelsea in their deep block now. No more mid block here. It's going to have to be trenches defending. Here's Mateus Nunes. Ryan Cherki with the dummy. Malo Gusto does very well. Tracks the runner. Diligent defending. He's a proper fullback. Malo Gusto in those areas, you really do trust him. When he's inverting into the central areas, you're asking him to do a lot more. Hey, thank you all for tuning in, man. I really do appreciate the support. I know a lot of them may be Arsenal fans hoping maybe a bit of hate watching, but I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. But no shots for Manchester City. Into the 35th minute. This is job well done from Chelsea. It's been hard work. Didn't expect anything less, but Haaland plays that nicely to Phil Foden. Onto the left-hand side. Surely the offside flag? No. Reinders switches it to Ryan Cherki. Very good there from Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez is starting to win a lot more of his tackles. He's lost out a few, but it's important that he gets stuck in. You know that Reece James is going to be into those challenges. With no Moises Caicedo in midfield, Chelsea's build-up play really has suffered. Moyes' ability to receive under pressure, turn. Him and Lavia really do improve our build-up play. Here's Guardiola, Phil Foden in a classic number 10 position. Enzo Fernandez buzzing around, loses his balance, but Rodri looking to pick the lock. Shifts it out wide to Bernardo Silva. Malo Gusto once again in close attendance. Happy to show him the line, but on his left foot, well, he's been dancing all night and nearly finds the top corner. Bernardo Silva, that was nearly vintage stuff from the Portuguese. Well, Malo Gusto does everything perfectly in terms of fullback defending here. He knows that Bernardo Silva wants to go on his left foot, but Bernardo Silva is so persistent. He's so tricky. Gusto does everything that he can. He delays him, tries to put him off balance. That is good defending from Malo Gusto, but very good attacking. And 1v1 play there from Bernardo Silva. Josh Achimpong, brilliant, but he loses out in a critical position. Oh my word, Chelsea caught out here. On the left-hand side, chance. Enzo Fernandez, brilliant. This is his crucial block. He's got a couple of big ones in already. Excellent stuff. Chelsea have a rare attack here. Malo Gusto, keep it short here. Estevao is now playing on the left-hand side. Joao Pedro, he's been swarmed, but comes away with the ball. Just under 10 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Reece James, Enzo Fernandez, Chelsea with finally a bit of possession. After it's been all Manchester City for the last 7 or 8 minutes, we have been under siege. Again, Josh Achimpong tried his best with a bit of ball carrying, seeing that the long passing isn't working. Malo Gusto. Can't stop the long passes, guys. Haaland, oh, this is trouble. Erling Haaland deflection. Good save. Jorgensen with full extension. Getting fingertips on it and diverts that for a corner. Again, Chelsea's long passing. Worst enemy for us. Phil Foden with a very clever clip pass there with a flick. Finding Erling Haaland. Chalobah does not face away from goal. Make sure that he gets something on it to take the pace off it. But it could have very easily looped in. Philip Jorgensen with a fingertip save. The closest that Manchester City have come in the first half. That all comes from Chelsea losing the ball in an unnecessary position. Phil Foden whips the ball into the box. Josko Guardiola lets that go. And Joao Pedro pumps that forward. Estevao in a foot race with Mateus Nunes, and Nunes takes no chances, but Chelsea have the ball finally at the halfway line. Pep Guardiola not happy with something, but Chelsea just take care of the ball here. We were defending well. Pep Guardiola's feeling the heat. You can feel the stress on his brows. Here's Jorgensen, Enzo Fernandez, Trevor Chalobah, Reece James. Chelsea pop it along very nicely. Oh, Josh Achimpong loses it again. Reece loses it. This is diabolical from Chelsea. Erling Haaland in the box. Haaland! Oh, hits the post. Thankfully, Chelsea survive. Oh my word. They couldn't have come any closer. Erling Haaland curls that into the corner. Chelsea, the masters of their own downfall again. Giving the ball away. Haaland on his left foot. Badiashile. That is not good enough. The fact that Badiashile allows Haaland to shift it on his left foot that easy, that cannot happen. That is a massive lifeline. Oh, we get away with murder there, but my word, Achimpong has lost the ball 3 or 4 times now. He's a young kid, academy prospect, but he has to be a lot more responsible on the ball. You applaud him for taking these risks, but it's not paying off, and City play through the Chelsea press again. It's end-to-end stuff here into the 40th minute. Here's Josko Guardiola. Well, quite a bit of pain endured in this first half, but somehow it's 0-0. Here's Ryan Cherki on the right-hand side, up against Malo Gusto. Oh, thankfully, Ryan Cherki takes the wrong option. We haven't said that too much about Manchester City in the attack. Josko Guardiola just feeling the area just on that below the shin. Feels that there might have been a stamp there from Cole Palmer. It's a nasty one on the Achilles. The Chelsea have been a bit fortunate with Reece James and Cole Palmer putting in a few rough challenges, to say the very least. Whew. It's been a hectic first half. My word, has it been hectic. Joao Pedro, decent flick on header, but Chelsea need to find a plan here in terms of, is Andre Santos in midfield a decent call? Give us some sort of help in midfield, because we're not able to keep hold of the ball, but we win it back here. Reece James, Cole Palmer. My word, Cole has not taken care of the ball once. Excellent challenge there by Josh Achimpong. Palmer has to do better. He has dropped a very poor first half. Badiashile gives the ball away, criminal fashion. He seems to not learn his lessons. It's Ryan Cherki, Chelsea playing kamikaze football. Brilliant pass. It's Tijani Reinders. Reinders! It's 1-0 to Manchester City. Chelsea, the masters of their own downfall. They give the ball away again. Benoit Badiashile. We saw this against Aston Villa. We see it again against Manchester City. He gives the ball away in midfield. City open us up in a couple of passes, but the goal has been coming. It's 1-0 to the home side. That is an absolutely kamikaze of a warrior to give the goal. I mean, we have given the ball away in midfield so many times. Manchester City turned the ball over. This is where they are so decisive. Haaland breaks through. Badiashile gets done by Tijani Reinders, and he wraps that into the front post. The questions will be asked about Philip Jorgensen, but he has absolutely whacked that in. Badiashile gets done very easily. Then with the stud roll, another touch to get it away. It's a first-class goal, man. It's a brilliant finish. Well, the resistance broken. Tijani Reinders back in the goal-scoring form. That's his 5th Premier League goal, if I'm not mistaken. Manchester City once again looking to put pressure on Arsenal. Joao Pedro fighting a lone battle, does very well. Brilliant from Joao Pedro. Can we get a surprise response? just before the halftime whistle. Enzo Fernandez, Reece James. Chelsea are not responsible in the final third whatsoever. City have just swarmed us, but Chelsea win the ball back. Here's Erling Haaland. Ooh, that's a foul, and if that's Reece James, that's a yellow card. Haaland gets a stamp. Chelsea trying to put the fire out as early as possible. It's Malo Gusto and not Reece James. Oh, again, Malo Gusto, very fortunate. That could have been construed as a yellow card. Palmer, Reece and Malo Gusto possibly on their last warning. Well, I would say definitely on their last warnings. Oh, the shin. Feels like there might have been a stamp there from. We expected Manchester City to score goals, but I'm really, really disappointed in the manner of which we conceded the goal. It was coming, but to give it away in such a meek manner. Badiashile getting done by Tijani Reinders and not someone like Ryan Cherki or Jeremy Doku with some sort of an explosive move. Just a bit of skill there from Reinders, but the confidence to take it on his weaker left foot. It's a first-class goal. City can really add the pain if they add the second just before half-time. Ooh, that's indecisive there from Benoit Badiashile. It's Ryan Cherki. Look at Haaland go. It's Cherki. Takes too long on the ball. It's Tijani Reinders. Clever clip pass onto the right-hand side. Malo Gusto with an excellent defending. Diligent work there from Malo. Oh, Benoit Badiashile. That's not a good look. See, he's neither gone to Haaland nor Ryan Cherki. He's caught in no man's land. Benoit Badiashile's head's gone there. That's what Badiashile we've seen. He's got great fundamentals, but sometimes when he loses his concentration, can put Chelsea under a lot of pressure. 2 minutes of stoppage time remaining in this first half. Achimpong with aggressive defending. He's had a mixed bag. I think he's been very good with his tackling, but his ball progression has suffered in this first half. But to his credit, he's tried passing, he's tried progressing it with his driving runs. Here's Ryan Cherki. Well, 1-0 at halftime is not the worst result. I mean, that's classic loser talk, isn't it? But oh, they've opened us up again on the left-hand side. O'Reilly with the ball in. Good defending by Esteval. It's Josh Achimpong really on the right-hand side. Corner for Manchester City. You're saying 0-0 at halftime would have been the ideal result. 1-0 isn't, but if you can get a point at Etihad from this situation, you'll take it. You'll take a crazy second half, a capitulation from Manchester City really. Off the ball, they've been fantastic. I mean, Donnarumma has had a comfortable first half. He's had nothing to do. Putting his feet up, chilling. Ball into the box here. Oh my word. Chance. Oh, it could have been 2-0. I mean, we are so accustomed to Rob Sanchez commanding the box. Look at Philip Jorgensen. He's just rooted at his line here. He's not made a single attempt. He's a sitting duck. Oh, that is where Rob Sanchez is absolutely elite and Philip Jorgensen is bottom of the barrel. We saw this against Manchester United as well. The goal that Casemiro scored, I'll still remember that. Sanchez got a red card, which meant Philip Jorgensen had to fill in, and one of the goals, the corner, he just did not leave his line, and they scored, and that's how it ended. And it's ended in the first half here, 1-0 for Manchester City. Tijani Reinders with a brilliant goal to give the citizens the lead at half-time. Chelsea have battled, but the attacks have been futile in the first half. It's 1-0 to Manchester City, exactly what they deserve. Well, it seems as the except for Manchester City and Arsenal, everybody else is just going to have a miserable weekend. Manchester United drew to Leeds. Liverpool somehow dropped points to Fulham. They had somehow gotten a late, what looked like a winner. Cody Gakpo took off his jersey and all. What a waste that was. And then they conceded 2 minutes later. City have been very comfortable against Chelsea. And Chelsea, as it stands, behind Manchester United, Ruben Amorim's Manchester United. Some would say that Maresca got sacked because of performances. I feel there's a bit of both, that there are some non-footballing reasons as well, but you cannot be below Manchester United. Ruben Amorim's Manchester United. It is a crime. Yes, Liverpool, there will be a gap between us regardless of how terrible their run has been, but they've put together an unbeaten run. Our December has been criminal. January has started in the worst possible manner with Manchester City at home of all teams. Damn, why couldn't we get a soft one? But when we've had opportunities against so-called easier teams, Bournemouth away, could we have taken 3 points? We draw points there, but it's the manner of which we conceded the goal, man. We have done so well. Look, Badiashile loses the ball, but our midfield is so barren there. Just opened up. Badiashile does well, but it's taken there by Tijani Reinders. Slaps that past Philip Jorgensen. Chelsea have to pull a bit of magic here. There's no other way out of this one. It's got to be a bit something special. I'll be right back. It's going to be stressful in the second half, but we got this. I mean, we just need to keep hold of the ball. I think maybe a midfielder for maybe Pedro Neto, but Neto works hard, but we need a bit of quality in midfield. We're dying in the center. Reece and Enzo Fernandez, I knew that combination would not work. It hasn't. I'm not surprised, but no Moises Caicedo, no Romeo Lavia, no Dario Sugo, Andre Santos. Do you trust to just chuck him in the midfield and maybe get a bit of legs, maybe a bit of goal threat, support for the forward players, maybe sacrifice? If he's going to sacrifice an attacker, he's going to sacrifice Estevao, and you want him to play as much in the second half as possible. It's going to be tricky, but we'll wait and see. I'll be right back, guys. It's a really stressful second half. Wouldn't be surprised, but Chelsea made a fist of it, at least in the first half. Not too disappointing, but can do better. Well, it hasn't been a pleasant first half, but it can get better, but it can also get worse. Believe me, that can very easily happen. Chelsea have not strung two passes in midfield. We have really struggled. Defensively, we've been okay, but the one moment of quality they opened us up with that brilliant pass. But it was our own doing with Chalobah losing it and then getting done by Tijani Reinders for that cracking finish at Jorgensen's near post. The Chelsea might have to sacrifice an attacker for Andres Santos in midfield. But I want to see Estevao on the pitch for as long as possible. We are chasing the game, but if it doesn't change maybe in the 60th minute, can we be a bit braver, take off someone like Pedro Neto, who hasn't really not affected the game whatsoever in an attacking threat. Bring on someone like Andres Santos, shore up that midfield, make it a bit more difficult for Manchester City to progress the ball. They've been opening us in central areas. We saw that Haaland scored, and nearly scored really, hit the post with that cracking rip pass. Chelsea are level on points with Brentford and Sunderland as it stands. We are 2 points behind 10th position. This is serious, guys. 20 games in. It's not a blip. It's not a problem. This is a real issue. And with Liam Rosenior coming in, well, it looks like he's going to be the one who's going to be Chelsea's new manager. He's got a task on his hands here because we've got Champions League. Pretty much we're going to be playing the playoffs there, so more games for us. We've got that two-legger against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup semi-finals. The squad will have to be used. I really hope Romeo Lavia and Dario Sugo are able to help us out. It is going to be a rough next couple of months, man, for Chelsea. There are some harsh realities, some harsh facts that we're going to have to face. But with the players out there in the middle now for the start of the second half, come on Chelsea, can you salvage a draw? This is pretty poor. We're looking at the bench for Chelsea. Garnacho, Guiu, Jarell Hato, Andre Santos, Jamie Gittins, Liam Delap, Tosin Adrabayo, and 2 goalkeepers. I don't know why we have 2 goalkeepers on the bench, but that's what we do have. Garnacho might be an attacking threat, but we need someone who can take care of the ball. Garnacho isn't one of them, but we're all but set for the start of the second half. Come on, Chelsea, do not make it worse. Just keep your shape, but have an attacking threat. On that left-hand side, we have defended very well with Malo Gusto and Pedro Neto. What will have to be used? I really hope Romeo Lavia and Dario Sugo. Well, this is good from McFarlane. He is making the change. Andre Santos is coming in midfield. We saw Pedro Neto coming out into the tunnel, so which means that it will be Estevao that will be off. I'm not too mad at the sub. I would have maybe waited 5 or 10 minutes, but it's proactive from the coach, knowing that we are struggling in midfield. We need a bit of help. Andre Santos can certainly provide it. Wait and see who he replaces here. Pedro Neto, Reece James, Enzo Fernandez, Cole Palmer, Joao Pedro. I'm expecting it's going to be Brazil for Brazil. Estevao off and Andre Santos on. Yep. Expected change. Maybe a bit too early, but it's proactive from McFarlane. Andre Santos on for Estevao Willian. Well, the players are out, and we're all but set for the start of the second half. Well, Gianluigi Donnarumma had absolutely nothing to do in the first half. Chelsea having no shots on target. Manchester City capitalizing with Chelsea's deficiencies at the back. Finally exposed. Haaland came close. Tijani Reinders with a thumping finish to give the home side the lead and put pressure on league leaders Arsenal. City in second as it stands. Chelsea in 6th, level on points with Sunderland and Brentford as it stands. 2 points ahead of Brighton in 10th position. This is a serious situation that Chelsea find themselves in without a permanent manager in the dugout as of now. This is comical for a team that has spent well over £1 billion. Philip Jorgensen, oh, he's too cocky on the ball. Chelsea get away with that one. Pedro Neto loses out the duel. Enzo Fernandez pushes the pass forward. Joao Pedro does really well. Pedro Neto on the left-hand side. What a chance here for Chelsea. It's Pedro Neto with a cutback. It's a cutback to no one. There's no Chelsea player there. There are two City players converging. What a waste this was. Pedro Neto gets very fortunate. Joao Pedro, brilliant work to nip in. Now Pedro Neto has to just shoot that. Just have a whack. I mean, make Donnarumma work. He goes for the cutback. It's very low IQ play there from Pedro Neto. Brilliant from Joao Pedro, feeding off scraps. Well, Philip Jorgensen has given the ball away again, but it turns into an accurate pass somehow as Pedro Neto is there. Jorgensen, just keep it simple. Don't do anything silly. Don't do anything foolish. Badiashile. Oh, Chelsea trying to play out the back here. Reece James. Cole Palmer does well. Here's Trevor Chalobah. Asking a lot out of Reece, but he turns out of trouble. Chelsea showing composure, which we needed. We desperately lacked in the last 15 minutes of that first half. Chalobah does well to evade the pressure. Good carry there from the centre half. Checks his run, finds Reece James. Thought about the switch. Here's Badiashile. And Benoit Badiashile, oh, risky again. See, no pressure. Why would... Reece James is strong and he'll get away from Phil Foden, but it's so unnecessary. Reece loses the ball. Chelsea in trouble. Malo does very well there. Brilliant from Gusto. Release the ball. Oh, he looks to carry that an extra second here. City pinch the ball away. Referee waves play on. Joao Pedro, brilliant here. Chelsea on the counter-attack here. It's 4v3 if they get this right. Cole Palmer on the left-hand side is Enzo Fernandez. Cole Palmer. Oh, Enzo, brilliant turn. Get the shot away. Pedro Neto is just over. Oh, you have to score. Pedro Neto, you have to bury that man. Come on. Enzo Fernandez with brilliant bit of skill in the box. He does the 360. He finds the pass. Pedro Neto, please. Cole Palmer does well here. Enzo Fernandez, brilliant. How about this? It's such an accurate pass. And Pedro Neto with the most laziest of finishes. No conviction. Enzo Fernandez deserves an assist for it. The technique on it from Pedro Neto is absolutely shocking. Well, he removes the stash, but it's the same old Pedro Neto. The best chance of the second half falls to Chelsea. Oh, you have to score that, man. That would have been the perfect start to the second half. What a shame. What an absolute shame. And in the build-up to that goal, Josko Gvardiol seems to have gotten a knock here, which means that Abdulkadir Kusanov, the Uzbeki international, will be drafted in here. Let's see whether or not it was a contact injury or something that he felt in the hamstring. It does look like might have twisted his ankle. Well, Kusanov is stripped and ready here, and Abdulkadir Kusanov has not seen a lot of game time here. This might be a favourable break here for Chelsea after creating a glorious opportunity. Now, Manchester City have to change their centre-back. Kusanov on, and this could be a serious injury here for Josko Gvardiol. It's an awkward landing. Well, Malo Gusto has not made too much contact on Josko Gvardiol there, so he's just kicked the ball away. May have just tapped his ankle or his Achilles, but nothing more than that. It's a Real unfortunate end for Josko Guardiola's been solid as a rock. Reece James shows a bit of sportsmanship. Great class there from Reece. But it's the Croatian that is Josko Guardiola off. And Abdulkadir Kusunov, the Uzbeki centre-half, on in his place. Disappointing end for... But it's a break for Chelsea now. Pedro Neto, please. Well, good start to the second half from Chelsea. Fair play to the Blues. They have put City under a bit more pressure. Creating a chance just gives the team that bit of... It's just a lift, you know, that yes, we can do something. Reece playing very well. Oh, risky, hefty touch. Chelsea lose the ball. Andre Santos does very well. There's a foul. The Chelsea have left a few challenges in. There's a yellow card in the hand of Michael Oliver. Is that for Reece James? Probably is. Reece escaped a yellow card in the first half. Was a foul on Rodri. Seems that Reece might have left an extra bit. Well, Reece has just played the pass. It's just his follow through. Again, it's really unfortunate. Look, he's played the pass and his foot's in a standing position there. Only Reece knows whether or not that is deliberate or not, but he does catch Rodri. He plays the pass and it's a follow through. So, I mean, yeah, Reece deserves a yellow card at some point during the match, so it kind of evens out, but should have gotten one for the previous challenge. Instead, he gets one. Something that is not really deliberate, but Manchester City looking for a bit of control in the second half. Pep Guardiola will not be pleased with the way his team have come out in the second half. Now having to make a change at centre half with Josko Guardiola off and Abdulkadir Kusunov on. Free kick for Manchester City. Ryan Shirky lets that go for Phil Foden. Clever clip pass, well defended. Andre Santos already showing his defensive nous. He's been getting into the interceptions on a couple of occasions. Here's Kusunov. First touch for the substitute. Ruben Diaz. Very good by Andre Santos again. Pedro Neto owes us a goal. Hustling and harrowing. Much better this from Chelsea. They're putting a lot more pressure on Manchester City. Erling Haaland has not had a touch. Start to the second half. We know that he is so deadly. Achumpong. Achumpong's playing on the left now. It's a tactical tweak here from McFarlane. Here's Pedro Neto. Joao Pedro, brilliant. Oh, surely that's a foul. If that's a foul, that's a yellow card. That's a rugby challenge there by Ruben Diaz. And the Portuguese does get the yellow. Well, yellow for Reece, yellow for Ruben Diaz. That was very much cynical from Ruben Diaz. It was a thou shan't pass from the centre half. Brilliant bit of skill there from Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro has been our best attacker by far. He's fed off scraps. He's really worked the channel, held up play very nicely, clever touches. Pedro Neto had a chance on that left-hand side where he could have gone for goal. Instead, he tried the cutback. That also came from Joao Pedro with a clever touch. I really hope Joao Pedro spends 90 minutes on the pitch. We cannot see Liam Delap at any stage in the match. No way. In a desperation tactic, maybe the two up front, but not in place of Joao Pedro. It will kill our build-up. Oh no, what have you done there, Josh Achumpong? He's lost out. It's Erling Haaland. Brilliant from Josh on the cover. Well, he had to atone for the error, but he shows great composure, excellent recovery pace, and a clean challenge, but it's a corner for Manchester City. Achumpong, he's had a very shaky first half. That challenge will give him a lot more confidence, but Achumpong has to be careful there. First half was questionable. It's a baptism by fire playing at the Etihad Stadium. You have to learn, and games like this is where you learn. Corner for City. Headed away by Trevor Chalobah. It's another one for the Citizens. Back-to-back corners in the second half for Manchester City. Chelsea, in the balance of play the second half, have been the better side. Enzo Fernandez might have gotten a whack on his knee, or is it an awkward landing? Enzo did so well to nearly have the assist for the goal. He broke his neck to make that run on the left-hand side. Cole Palmer finds a brilliant turn away from the centre half. Enzo Fernandez, with no one in his vicinity, may have landed awkwardly here. Yep, nobody there. There's a free header at the back stick. Ruben Diaz towering over the Chelsea defence. Chelsea caught napping there. Jorgensen with a quick release. Manchester City win the ball back. Trevor Chalobah does well. Again, City in the duels have been first class. They have physically overpowered us. Rodri in the midfield, Tijani Reinders. But with Foden and Shirky, they've had enough of a balance. Cole Palmer's had a very shocking game here. He's not had the return that we were hoping desperately. We were 3 points behind Arsenal before December began. Cole Palmer was coming back from injury. It was all supposed to be positive. It has gone, oh my word, pear-shaped does not even begin to describe the drop-off in December. And looks like January will start with a loss as well. But there's still time. Chelsea can rectify the situation. The decision to bring on another midfielder has absolutely worked. Andre Santos. Chelsea have been winning balls, but Manchester City once again in their duels have been crunching. Erling Haaland goes around Chalobah with ease. It's Erling Haaland. Brilliant block. On the cover was Benoit Badiashile. Erling Haaland looking for his 20th Premier League goal in 20 Premier League matches. He's come close once, but when Erling Haaland runs at full force, at full clip, it is some sight to behold. Can Chelsea win the ball there? But we just lose it out, and then Haaland just gets away from Chalobah with ease. Badiashile does very well. He knows that Haaland is going to shift it onto his left foot. He makes his mind up, and that was a very good block. Can Chelsea lose the ball? Have to make sure that we don't go into the bad habits of the first half. We started off well, but towards the end of that first half, we just played some very poor football. Need to trouble Gigi Donnarumma better. We've had 2 entries into the box, but neither one of them materialized as a shot on target. Kusnov forced to go long, and he finds Haaland. Brilliant touch. Rodri. Here's Ryan Shirky. Manchester City looking to open up Chelsea. What a pass there from Ryan Shirky to Tijani Reinders. Here's the goal scorer on the left-hand side. Reinders, clever pass. It's Ryan Shirky. Reece James, brilliant challenge. It was last ditch as Ryan Shirky was ready to pull the trigger. Chelsea on the counter-attack here. Cole Palmer keeps the ball well. Can Chelsea turn defense into attack here? Palmer urging for movement ahead of him. Movement does not arrive. The attack has been slowed down here. Here's Palmer. Reece James, who made that last-ditch interception. Shirky was ready to smash that in. He started the move and nearly finished it. Here's Malo Gusto. Pedro Neto now playing on the right-hand side. Started the game as that left-hand side winger. Here's Andre Santos. He's kept it simple in midfield. Achimpong is now playing as that left-hand side defender. Enzo Fernandez. Beautiful pass to Pedro Neto. Can't bring that down on your chest, man. He's heading it to who? Good switch there by Enzo Fernandez. This was a challenge by Reece James. Again, he trusts his physicality a lot. He gets around. Brilliant. What a challenge that was by Reece James on Ryan Shirky. Last ditch. He did that against Newcastle. Brilliant carry there by Andre Santos. Chelsea are in business here. It's Enzo Fernandez. Josh Achimpong on the left-hand side. It's a corner for Chelsea. Good response in the second half. Chelsea have played with a lot more verve and a lot more attacking instinct in the second half. The change to bring on Andre Santos has really worked. Chelsea have competed much better in the second half. It's only our second corner. Trevor Chalobah has scored from 2. Scored against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge and against, I'm going to say, West Ham at the London Stadium. Anyone, just get a touch here. Chelsea take it short. Gusto, clever reverse. Reece James with his outside of the boot. Well defended by Erling Haaland. What a waste there, man. The offside flag raised. Just put the ball in the box. Give us a chance. What a waste. Oh, the change that I was dreading. Oh, no. Liam Delap on for Joao Pedro's a real sucker punch. We've seen Enzo Maresca do it and our attacks just die. I do not understand this move. Josh Achimpong is off for Jarell Hato. I understand this move because we've seen Achimpong play on the left-hand side. In the second half, Hato is more of a left-footed player, but these two changes, I'm not really sure from McFarlane. Well, Liam Delap, this is 20 Premier League games now. Can you give us a Premier League goal to start off the new year? This would be the perfect time. All sins forgiven. I think Joao Pedro has been hard done by. He definitely deserved to stay on. I would even have put him as the number 10. And even if you want to take someone off, maybe take off Palmer, because Joao Pedro on merit has had a much better game than Cole Palmer. Objectively speaking. Oh, Chelsea lose the ball again. It's Haaland. This could be 2. Good block there by Andre Santos. Ryan does his header. Chalobah should get there first. He protects the ball very well. Jarell Hato will have to get to the speed of the game as quickly as possible. He has no time to acclimatize. The game is on a knife edge here. It's 1-0. The result is still very much there. By result, I mean even a draw at the Etihad Stadium, considering the circumstances, is a good result. What a suicidal pass there from Chalobah. Oh, Ryan Cherki could have made it 2-0. What are you doing there, Trevor Chalobah? Oh, Chelsea once again pressing the suicide button. Good defending, but we get away with it. Good carry there by Pedro Neto. Liam Delap makes the ball stick. Decent pass. Pedro Neto, can he get there? Well, Kusanov shows his recovery pace in abundance. Excellent work there from the centre-back. Well, fresh legs on the pitch here. Liam Delap looking to make an impact here. He's had a couple of assured touches. Here's Delap. Now to Reece James. Chelsea outside the Manchester City box. Here's Reece in the half space. Whips the ball into the box. It's Pedro Neto, swing a foot on it. Oh, he doesn't do anything. I mean, he just lets the ball go. Reece James puts a very good ball into the box. Neither one of Liam Delap nor Pedro Neto attacked that one. That's a real shame. I would even take off Pedro Neto and keep Joao Pedro as that inside forward on the left-hand side. Maybe give us a bit more composure and help us keep the ball in the final third. Well, McFarlane, don't really expect much, but just trying to sense the game, you know. He's as much as qualified to take the Chelsea job as I am. Chelsea get the throw in here. We made it uncomfortable for Manchester City in the second half. It's just been when Chelsea press the self-destruct button and Manchester City have been in business. Just keep that away. Finger away from the red button. Out. Don't take risks. Malo Gusto. City is off the ball work. First class. I mean, credit. Pep Guardiola demands that from his players, and that's exactly what he gets. He's got Jeremy Doku off the bench. Chelsea know that in an attacking sense, we do have Gittins and, of course, Alejandro Garnacho. That'll probably be the next sub. Either one of them. I don't expect both of them to come on. Jorgensen. What a pass that is by Jorgensen, but Jarell Hato can't control the ball. Well, the 19-year-old played 100 games for Ajax, captain of the iconic Dutch club at the age of 19. He had a couple of caps for Netherlands as well, but he's been nowhere near the levels for Chelsea. The games that he has played, few and far in between, but it's a harsh environment, but the Premier League is an unforgiving arena. You come at 40 million euros, you expected to have a certain level about you. Good header there by Haaland, but again, Andres Santos, this cameo has been salute to you, my friend. He's played a very diligent role in midfield. He's won everything in terms of duels. We needed help there because Manchester City have dominated in that aspect. Well, this time Jarell Hato brings it under control, but it's a negative touch. Jorgensen pinged it around very nicely here. Delap, Palmer, back to Delap. Very good move this from Chelsea. It's Liam Delap onto the left-hand side. It's Pedro Neto, heavy touch. Oh, Pedro Neto so uncoordinated. Oh, it's a terrible end to the attack. It's a decent pass though to Malo Gusto. Chelsea somehow keep the attack alive. Pedro Neto is killing our attacks, man. What a waste. We need to bring on Garnacho or Gittins. It can't get worse. Pedro Neto's touch is so bad. Here's Jarell Hato. Chelsea have really made a fist of it in the second half. Chalobah, Santos, clever pass to Liam Delap, who is onside. Chelsea break the lines again here. Here's the Englishman, Delap. Oh, surely that's a handball. Delap trying to bust through a couple of challenges. City win the crucial duels again, and they break through the Chelsea press. Here's Bernardo Silva. Feeds it onto the right-hand side. Here's Ryan Cherki. Chelsea having nearly moments here. Liam Delap has had a pretty encouraging cameo, it's got to be said. Pedro Neto, on the other hand, I think McFarlane has to make the change here. Pedro Neto has been getting the best opportunities and he's our worst attacker. Can you imagine, for all the faults that Garnacho has, in those positions, he'll be so much more clinical. This is where McFarlane has to smell the game here. The game is there to be at least a point, is very much there. We've competed well in the first half, but then we just died down after the 25-minute mark, and this is what I was worried about. Manchester City and Pep Guardiola understand the game's on a knife edge here, and Jeremy Doku is coming on. He is the game changer. Come on, McFarlane. You can't hear me, but bring on Gittins or Garnacho. Pedro Neto's holding us back. We're not going to get a goal with him on the pitch. Brilliant from Haaland here. It's Ryan Cherki who breezes past the challenge. Lovely pass. Oh, outstanding on the slide challenge. It was last ditch. Jarell Hato. City open us up in Route 1 fashion. Erling Haaland dominates Trevor Chalobah. Ryan Cherki does the right thing here. But Jarell Hato on the cover. Brilliant. Into the 70th minute. Jeremy Doku coming on for Tijani Reinders. This is an attacking move from Pep Guardiola. McFarlane, come on, respond. We are creating chances, but this was the Reinders goal. As it stands, the match winner. Lovely bit of skill. I mean, can Jorgensen do any better? Maybe. I wouldn't put him in the top class category anyways, not even in the good category, so not really expecting much. But Jeremy Doku on the pitch, a new problem for the Chelsea defense to solve. Back into the 70th minute. Game still there. Doku's first action is to dribble that out of play for a throw-in. 70 minutes on the clock. 1-0 to Manchester City, courtesy of the Tijani Reinders goal in the first half. 20 minutes remain. Chelsea as it stands in 6th position behind Ruben Amorim's Manchester United. Level on points with Brentford and Sunderland. 2 points ahead of Brighton in 10th. Stop me when you're worried. could get ugly before it gets any better. Whew. It's been a stressful stream, that's for sure. Chelsea never make it easy. Gusto loses out to Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly, clever pass. It's Phil Foden on the left-hand side. Decent ball in. Reece James in the best position. Chelsea looking to play out. Delap does brilliantly. Lovely hold-up play here. Enzo Fernandez on the left-hand side. Finds Pedro Neto. Chelsea on the attack again. Here's Pedro Neto. Oh, he's just killed our attack. What a waste. Pedro Neto is a crime against football, man. Come on, McFarlane has to make the change. Delap, lovely turn. Liam Delap, saved by Donnarumma. Well, Chelsea finally have a shot on target. Liam Delap has had a fantastic cameo. It's got to be said. Enzo Fernandez, brilliant pass. Liam Delap with a lovely touch turn. It's on the swivel. Kusanov is touch tight. He gets spun, but his recovery is first class. He gets a touch, which is a crucial one. And Donnarumma is straight at him. McFarlane has to identify that left-hand side is there for the taking for Chelsea. Bring on Garnacho. Bring on Gittins. It will definitely change our life. Pedro Neto's killing our attacks. But Liam Delap, I had my doubts, son. I really did. I was cursing that sub. I'll be the first one to admit. Good pass. Enzo Fernandez had a first-class game, especially in the second half on the ball. Danger for Chelsea here. Jeremy Doku on the left-hand side. Chalobah has not had the second half that we were hoping for. Doku brilliant. Andre Santos first-class positioning. Chelsea have defended well. They've shown a lot of fight. Oh, how has he kept that in there? Ryan Shirky. Chelsea fall asleep. Doku in the box. On the outside. Thought about the shot. Well defended. Nico O'Reilly loses out. Oh, Pedro Neto. You uncoordinated player. I mean, come on, McFarlane. Make the change. Even if we lose, it's fine. We have chances, man. We're making good attacks. He's not going to get better. Nathan Ake coming on as well. Man City are panicking. Come on, you have to sense the blood here. Chelsea have had no right with nearly 73 minutes played to be in this contest. We can pinch a point. We absolutely can. You know the Arsenal support is there as well. Come on. We've created chances. It's been a second half that you can take a lot of positives from, but it'll mean nothing if you don't get anything from it. Andre Santos has been excellent in the second half. Just imagine Estevao or Gittins or Garnacho in the positions that Pedro Neto found himself in. I know it sounds like a Pedro Neto bashing, but the fact that he's been a constant outlet, the free man, and all the attacks have died. It is a pattern. It's a clear pattern. Good win there high up the pitch. Enzo Fernandez, brilliant carry, but he can't go around the defense. Well, Nathan Ake is coming on, so a lot more defensive solidity available for Manchester City now. Enzo has had an excellent second half. Again, I do slander and hammer him a lot, but in the second half, he's been class. Doku. What a pass. He's opened up Chelsea. Foden. Oh, Badiashile on the cover. Again, Manchester City's long passing. I mean, not, I would say medium passing. It's not that long, but it's such an accurate pass. It just opens up here. Doku, so good. He splits the lines. And Foden doing the right thing, trying to just play that across the face of goal for Haaland. Very good defending there by Benoit Badiashile. The positioning first class. Well, 75 minutes on the clock here. 1-0 the scoreline. Ryan Shirky delivers. Good whip. Chelsea should be able to clear, and they do. Palmer. Weak header. Enzo off balance. Oh, O'Reilly surely with a high boot. City keep the ball though. Foden. Shirky. Bit of footwork there. Shirky with the strike. Phil Foden. Chelsea clear their lines. The offside flag raised as again Chelsea thwart one of the Manchester City attacks. There have been very few in the second half. From Chelsea's point of view, they have defended well. There have been some last-ditch moments defensively. Jarell Hato, Reece James, Andre Santos have all made crucial last-ditch interceptions. So we can't say that Manchester City haven't been threatening. Here's Santos. Jarell Hato. It's a young bench. Hato's 19 years old. Andre Santos, I think he's 18 years old, maybe 19. Here's Pedro Neto. Asking a lot out of Andre Santos, but the ball somehow sticks. Liam Delap does brilliantly. Cole Palmer, lofted pass to Pedro Neto. Brings that down. He's up against Kusanov. Neto does well to keep the ball. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Chelsea trying to be responsible with the ball. Enzo could switch it. Oh, poor decision. Andre Santos recycles. Reece James. Pedro Neto finds himself on the right-hand side. Oh, it's a poor pass. Come on! McFarlane, you have to see this. You have to make the change. Doku gets away from the challenge of Neto. Neto, count the number of times he's killed our attacks. Switches on. Gusto does very well. Reece under pressure. Very strong. Lovely Cruyff turn under pressure. Brilliant pass to Cole Palmer. Between the lines here to Liam Delap on the outside. Delap takes a touch, but Kusanov is very strong. He's so quick. The recovery pace shown by Abdulkader Kusanov has been first class, and it seems that Liam Delap has lifted a little extra on Abdulkader Kusanov, and it's all kicking off here. Well, no Chelsea player apart from Enzo Fernandez protecting Liam Delap. Liam Delap is a big boy and he has to be responsible for his own consequences here, but it is a bit of a brouhaha here. A bit of fire. As long as it fires up the Chelsea players in the right direction, I think that's ugly there. I'm very sure it's Liam Delap's fault. I've seen Liam Delap play for nearly 20 games for Chelsea. He's a bit of a brute. He does leave an extra bit of... It's a definite yellow card. Well, Liam Delap will have to score 7 or 8 goals before he overtakes his yellow card tally. There's been more yellow cards than goals, but it has been a bright cameo. We are seeing the bad side of Delap, but we have seen the good side of Delap for the first time in Chelsea colours. He's made some good runs. He's worked hard. Yep, that's really bad there from Delap. That's a yellow card. That's dangerous play as well. I do not like it. That's thuggery. That's thuggery on the football pitch. You've lost that duel. I mean, to push when he's at full clip, no control of his momentum, at the advertising hordes. It's dangerous play. I mean, I'm not a fan of it. Mateus Nunes has picked up a yellow card. In what universe is what Mateus Nunes done in terms of dissent and what Liam Delap has done in terms of player endangerment? And it's the same violation. It's the same booking. I mean, sometimes you have to wonder, does football need another card? Like, because how is that a yellow card for Delap and what he has done and a yellow card for Mateus Nunes? I'll never understand. What Mateus Nunes has done is I would say, an orange card. Enzo Fernandez standing up right in front of the cameras. Again, I don't understand how this is a yellow card. Neither of them have made any sort of movements. Nunes hasn't raised his hand. They've just had words. Ruben Diaz has gone down. Nathan Ake has not come onto the pitch yet. Might have to if Diaz isn't able to continue. We are into the 80th minute. Chelsea in the second half have been the better team. It's a moral victory at best, but it won't gloss over the fact that as it stands, we're in 6th. Well, Ake is coming on. The former Chelsea player was part of the title-winning squad under Antonio Conte. Didn't get enough game time, but did get the winner's medal. Then moved to Bournemouth, and Manchester City picked him up for £40 million. He's been an excellent acquisition. Now very much down the pecking order, but another Cobham player on the pitch. Under 10 minutes plus stoppage time remain in what has been an intriguing match. I mean, Chelsea have not laid down here. I was really worried as to Manchester City could have very easily capitalized on the disarray that Chelsea find ourselves in. Enzo Maresca getting sacked on New Year's Day. Phil Foden turns away from Andre Santos. Foden, well done. Philip Jorgensen quickly off his line. Haaland's centre forward play has been elite at times, man. The touches, the little cute passes. I mean, he's really taken his game to another level. I mean, 19 Premier League goals in 20 Premier League games. This guy is a freak, man. Our top scorer is Joao Pedro with 6. Enzo Fernandez has got 5. Excellent hold-up play, but unfortunately for Liam Delap, he loses control of the ball. It's been the brightest that we've ever seen of Liam Delap since making his £30 million move from Ipswich Town. And it wasn't a decision I was too pleased with because we lost Nico Jackson for it. Andre Santos, excellent. Here's Cole Palmer. Lovely pass. Pedro Neto keeps it simple. Enzo Fernandez, beautiful ball manipulation there. Here's Jarell Hato. Enzo finds Andre Santos. Midfield has looked so much more solid. Well, without Moises Caicedo, we were always going to struggle. But I think the answer was more midfielders. Sometimes you need two to replace Moises Caicedo. It's pretty much accurate. He helps out in the build-up, his tackling, his ability to score goals as well. This has been his best return since joining the club. Both Enzo and Moises Caicedo have contributed with the goals. Enzo's got 5, Moises got 4. Or Moises got 3, I think. Either way, should be back for our next game as Malo Gusto on the right-hand side finds Cole Palmer. Palmer's had a few decent moments. Creatively, he has tried to feed Liam Delap as much as possible. Here's Rodri. Nico O'Reilly finds Nathan Ake. Chelsea have to take advantage. It's a brand new centre-half pairing. Totally new in terms of both centre-halves coming off here. No Guardiola, no Diaz. It's Nathan Ake and Abdulkadir Kusanov now. Can Chelsea fashion a chance? We have only tested Donnarumma once. Once again, I really would like, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everyone who's tuned in to the first stream of the new year. It's been a firecracker of a game here. Ryan Cherki getting a lot of time on the ball. Andre Santos snaps into the challenge. They would have faced each other last season in Liga. Ryan Cherki, of course, from Lyon, and Andre Santos was on loan to Strasbourg. Here's Mateus Nunes. Clever attempted pass there. Well, Muhammad Razi says, Yak Chelsea, Menang Lawang City. I'm not sure what that means, my friend, but thanks for tuning in. Into the 85th minute. It is last chance saloon here for Chelsea to get something from the Etihad Stadium. In terms of a battle, we have given it as good as we have got. Best opportunity in the second half was to Pedro Neto. Again, 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Come on, McFarlane, make that one more change. Bring off Pedro Neto, bring on Garnacho or Gittins. Either one of them is absolutely fine. We spend 90 million, 50 million on Jamie Gittins and 40 million on Alejandro Garnacho. If you bring on neither in a big game like this, what is the point? Here's Gusto. Reece James writes the challenge. Strong play there from Reece, but trying to bulldoze his way out of there. Throw in for the Blues. Oh, it's a free kick rather. We've taken it short. Again, Chalobah. It's not been his best second half, but Chelsea have managed to keep the clean sheet in the second half. Again, moral victories. Enzo loses out. Jarell Hato does well to shield the ball. Benoit Badia's shield goes back to Philip Jorgensen. Jorgensen has not had a save to make in the second half. Manchester City have had to work very hard. After the draw against Sunderland, they have known that Chelsea was not just going to come and lie down even without a manager in the dugout. McFarlane made the right change at the half-time whistle. He brought on Andre Santos, took off Estevao Willian. In midfield, we've been a whole lot better, but here's Cherki on the right-hand side. Ryan Cherki, great ball manipulation. Andre Santos falls for none of that. Shows some ball manipulation himself. Great composure. Andre Santos, this cameo's certainly moved me. On the left-hand side, Chelsea keep the attack going. What a terrible pass there. Again, trying to play in tight areas. Enzo Fernandez. He has to just try and check his run, switch the play, take care of the ball a whole lot better. Neto and Enzo Fernandez on that left-hand side. I know that Enzo and Garnacho have a really good understanding. We have not utilized that one bit. McFarlane could have been a bit braver. Here's Jarell Hato. Oh, nearly gives the ball away. Now certainly has, and he's committed himself. Loses out on the challenge. Here's Ryan Cherki on the right-hand side. Look at Erling Haaland go. Cherki, excellent from Malo Gusto. Bales is out of trouble there. Here's Nico O'Reilly. Onto the left-hand side. Jeremy Doku. Chelsea have put in an enormous shift here, but Manchester City have somehow managed to keep us at arm's length. Mateus Nunes. Ryan Cherki on the right-hand side. 2.5 minutes plus stoppage time remain. Cherki up against Hato. Brushes him off. Cherki, clever. Oh, it's just look for the scoop pass for Haaland. Haaland would love a goal here to start off the new year. It would be his 20th. Chelsea taking a risk. Nicely passed there by Jarell Hato. Here's Pedro Neto. Finds an accurate pass at least. Here's Andre Santos, Reece James. Reece, Enzo Fernandez and Andre Santos in the second half have been a shining light. 2 minutes plus stoppage time remain though. Reece thought about the expansive clip, instead keeps it short. Patient from Chelsea, but time running out. Here's Jorgensen. City off the ball have been first class in this match. Clever line breaker there by Andre Santos. Reece James does the same here. Palmer finds Liam Delap, who's peeled away onto the right hand side. Here's Liam Delap, checks his run, finds Gusto. Here's Palmer again. Enzo Fernandez immediately on the left hand side. Pedro Neto's control is atrocious, but we keep the ball. Here's Enzo Fernandez, slows the play down. Here's Pedro Neto. Jarell Hato on the left-hand side. Cole Palmer misses out. There was a chance there on his favoured left foot, but does not make connection. It could have fallen to Liam Delap either, but Cole Palmer is on his right foot. Doesn't get the connection. Complete air shot. Real shame. Malo Gusto, fantastic on the slide. Palmer has had a very poor game, but he has found himself in very good positions. Now, Palmer of old probably finds the far corner here with his right foot. He does not make connection. He's been off the pace. We've had, that is a chance, man. But the fact that he doesn't make connection, can you call it a good chance? Again, good entry into the box. Liam Rosinier, who will be watching this game, wherever he is, would see a lot of positives. Yes, there's so many issues in terms of Chelsea's quality, in terms of the squad depth that will be questioned. But you look at the raw materials, the tools are there, man. We just need a manager. We thought we had that in Enzo Maresca. It's been ripped away from the club on New Year's Day. We've got 6 minutes of added on time to start the new year with at least a point. Otherwise, we are 6th behind Manchester United. Oh, Reece's ball is straight into the hands of Donnarumma. What a waste. Here's Bernardo Silva, finds Jeremy Doku. He's not had an impact in the second half. Doku up against Reece James. Reece is strong as an ox. Bully ball. Jeremy Doku tried to go on the outside. Ooh, risky pass. Enzo Fernandez loses out. Haaland, Shirky. Chance for City to kill this. Brilliant challenge. Here's Pedro Neto now. Oh, Liam Delap tries to turn. Kusanov. It's a very good thing that he commits. And he commits fully. He's not a half-hearted defender. That's what you like to see. Decisiveness from a centre-half. Kusanov, since coming on, has been excellent. But Delap turned him on one of those attacks, but made sure that he got around, even though he had no time to get something on it. Reece James, very good pass here. Malo Gusto has shown a fantastic engine to get there. Oh, that might be a foul, but Malo Gusto just falls down in possible exhaustion. Might have gotten a knock there by Nathan Ake, who just jockeyed the defender. Yep, Malo Gusto just lost control of the ball. It's a unfortunate end. Reece James trying to just clip that into the clever area here. As it stands, Chelsea 30 points in 6th. Manchester United drew to Leeds United at Ellen Road. They're in 31. Liverpool drew at Craven Cottage. They're on 34. The top 3 are all in 40. I think the top 3 will remain as is. Arsenal, Man City, Aston Villa, 4, 5 and 6 could be interchangeable. Well, Liverpool have been on this unbeaten run, but they're drawing far too many games. Manchester United are extremely inconsistent. Ruben Amorim just had an explosive press conference after his team dropped points. For Chelsea, hoping for a new manager bounce. Look at Pedro Neto, man. Criminal. That's the only thing that'll hold against McFarlane in this match, that he's kept Pedro Neto on for the entirety of the match. Surely that's a foul there. It's lazy. I think that's Ryan Shirky, is it? He was... Or is it Bernardo Silva? Yep, Bernardo Silva with the most cynical of pulls. Well, we're nearly halfway through stoppage time here. Well, Chelsea, at least we haven't humiliated or embarrassed ourselves. And the world's watching. Gusto does brilliantly on the outside here. Chelsea still have an opportunity. Ball into the box. Liam Delap. Surely Enzo Fernandez. It's 1-1 to Chelsea. Come on! Enzo Fernandez right at the death. Celebrates with the away fans. Chelsea have knocked on the door and get the reward. Pep Guardiola and Manchester City dropping crucial points in back-to-back matches. First to Sunderland and now possibly to Chelsea. Fernandes still celebrates with the away fans. Chelsea get a point. I'm celebrating shamelessly because Chelsea deserves something from this match. Fernandes with his 6th Premier League goal, his most important one at the Etihad Stadium. But this is all about Malo Gusto. Outstanding wing play from the right back. Puts the ball in. I hope Liam Delap is not offside. It's a really scrappy goal. Enzo Fernandez takes 3 bites of the cherry here. But he somehow keeps his composure. The save early on from Donnarumma was brilliant. But he parries that straight to Enzo. Will they check this for offside? I really hope Liam Delap is onside. Otherwise it would be heartbreak. Enzo Fernandez somehow could have poked it in. But in the second time of asking, he just pokes that in. And we do get the goal. McFarlane possibly gets a point against Pep Guardiola. He may not manage another game ever, but he can certainly take that to the bank. 1-1 at the Etihad Stadium. And with the Chelsea fans celebrating, Arsenal will be celebrating too. What a weekend this is for them. Beating Bournemouth and City dropping points in back-to-back matches. Well, City are level on points with Aston Villa, but the gap is 6 points now for league leaders Arsenal. We're into the final 30 seconds of stoppage time, but there will be more added on. We stayed in the game. But I'll tell you what, we absolutely deserve it. For the second half display, the courage that they've shown, nobody believed in us. We get the point. Now just close it out here. Well, as it stands, we won't be behind Manchester United. Another positive for us. We'll be in 5th position, 3 points behind Liverpool in 4th. The new year started in the worst possible way, but if you can get a point at the Etihad Stadium in a place where we rarely get anything, this would be a positive play. Enzo Fernandez has had an outstanding second half, and he deserved that goal. He could have gotten an assist, but he got that all-important goal. Just keep it in the corner here. Chelsea, with Cole Palmer, nearly kept it in. The game is looking very stretched at the moment. Please keep the ball here. Enzo Fernandez, attack for Chelsea. Chance. Enzo's in the box. Oh, he's just screwed the attempt. It's a curious decision there from Enzo Fernandez. Went with the outside of the boot pass. Tried to find Liam Delap. They've pumped it long again. It's desperation City center here for City. Here's Nathan Ake. We're certainly into borrowed time now. Chalobah just boots that away. Nathan Ake with a very good first touch, but he pumps that out. Chelsea begging for the final whistle here. It would be an encouraging point. Pep Guardiola with a lot of sarcastic talk, but my oh my, it's been hard work. Here's Liam Delap, who's had his best 35 minutes at the club. Chelsea still not closed the game out here. Rodri, clever pass. Haaland knockdown header. Certainly last chance here for City now. Here's Ryan Cherki onto the right hand side. Here's Bernardo Silva. Couple of step overs. Jarell Hato. Oh, it's hit the roof of the net. It's taken a deflection. I really hope it hasn't. And the referee has blown the full-time whistle. Manchester City drop points in back-to-back Premier League games. Arsenal goes 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League, away from Manchester City and Aston Villa. McFarlane gets a point against Pep Guardiola. He may never manage another Premier League game ever again, but he's gotten a point out of Pep Guardiola and Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. Tijani Reinders scored in the 42nd minute. Enzo Fernandez in the 94th minute, in the second time of asking, poked home from close range to give Chelsea a deserved point at the Etihad Stadium. I'd like to thank everybody who joined in the stream, man. An absolute blast. I really do mean it from the bottom of my heart. It's been a real pleasure. Chelsea do not finish match week 20 below Manchester United. 3 points behind Liverpool in 4th. 3rd position looks like it's pretty much gone, as Aston Villa and Manchester City are 9 points clear. Arsenal will be celebrating this draw. Chelsea, for the positivity that we can take, it's just 1 win in 8. We've had this run last season where we had a rocky December, January and nearly Feb. It started early this season, but this point would be a real step in a positive direction. With Liam Rosenior expected to take over in the next game, Chelsea get a heroic point at the Etihad Stadium. Full time at the Etihad Stadium is Manchester City 1, Chelsea 1.